the brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And leading them out there, their 6'5 quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Gilbert. That's complete to John Ross. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Gilbert, and he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Let's go, ready, break.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not.
Ready? 8, read. Strip to the line. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Get it.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And some room to maneuver. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here are the Ravens now as they get set for their opening possession. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville.
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
Get the W.
Get the W.
They did that last week.
Right, you got that done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw for a touchdown pass.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that, because otherwise that could come back and bite him in another ball game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Man left, man left. 4 down, 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On second down now, Cash. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
On third down, Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, McManus. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna...
And he'll give it here to his running back. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Here we go.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. McManus, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3 and not giving up 6.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
We got double up.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Bengals will get the football back. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one, and a Raven first. Now Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Let's go,
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
That's caught. It's Malone. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Gilbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
To try again after the sack. Gilbert, he'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Gilbert. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 7. Nothing. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And the Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Alert 3. I got you.
Throwing is Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Jackson on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had to halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson buying time to his left. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson. Going to throw again. Flush to his right. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Ravens cut into that lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This one fielded at the 5. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And again, it's Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it.
Throwing on 1st down. Gilbert going deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Back to the mic. Mike, back to. We ain't giving up nothing today. Joker.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Strong right.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Lane. Powering his way forward. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Gilbert. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Ready, ready. 30 base. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Go.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now it's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Jackson will throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. Steps in. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Ravens get a bit closer. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Gilbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Jackson to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Here's Jackson.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to open.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
He wasn't ready.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
4 down.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all, because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the run.
They run it again with Chubb. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
You don't want no problem.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Ready?
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back to throw. Ledford And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. And that makes him now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions, because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
Kenny Young, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A give running right is Chubb. And all the way up to the 47-yard line. A big play that time out of Chubb. 46 yards on the ground. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Chubb. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Cincinnati, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.